The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, because you can be watching this at any time of the day. Is your favorite prevention duo back with another one? Hey,
what it do?
Okay, it's Ryan Z from Healthy Him and
Dwayne Savi from the Networks program. Oh my God, I almost said my title instead of the program, but you know what? It's all good. Your favorite prevention training specialist. Okay.
Yes, and as you know, we are currently going under some rebranding. If you haven't heard yet, so we are currently now the Out Here Center, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes, it's the Out Here Center. We are the Out Here Center, and we are. Well, I'm a part of Community Resources, Healthy Him, and you are a part of.
You know, I'm a baby, so I am a part of the Out Here Sexual Health Clinic and Out Here Community Resources.
Yes, duality. That's what we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's period. Now, as you know, if you don't know, we have a numerous thing of services. Okay, we have HIV testing where you have swap and chill with me. You know, at home HIV testing. If you want to get tested at home, you just like, I don't want to come to nobody's clinic. I want to do this in my own home, and we still incentivize you if you do that. And that's what's popping. Okay. Hey, you see those words? I'm cute. But yeah, also, if you don't know, we do what's popping on our
Instagram Live.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But without further ado, let's also thank the wonderful Pyro Media Network, APLA Health, and CDC for bringing the Munty Hunty every week. The three of them combined bring this excellence to y'all every week, okay? Your favorite chocolate duo would not be here without them three. Now, let's just talk about that.
Okay.
But yeah, get into Out Here Clinic. Let's talk about it.
I mean, we've been open for a little while. We have our grand opening on the 12th, I believe. Mm-hmm. I'll have to double check that for y'all. But check our Instagram at thenetworks.apla or
at Healthy Him on Instagram and Swap and Chill.
We'll be posting TikTok. That. We will be having all types of vendors and food and activities and music. You know, if y'all want to wobble, you know, I know y'all like that stuff. So yeah, come on out and see us on the 12th of April.
And that's that. Now, PrEP and PAPman, you know, we got to talk about it. If you are interested in pre-exposure prophylaxis, if you are like, I'm HIV negative and I kind of want to have my birth control pill, the gay birth control pill, so they say, and, just be protected. We can always, hit us up, whether it's Networks or Healthy Him, or you just come to the clinic and go downstairs, whatever you want to do. Okay. Or if you feel like I've been exposed to HIV and I'm kind of scared, like we have PEP as well.
We sure do.
Okay. Post-exposure, you like, okay, but you have 72 hours. So please come in.
That's 3 days,
hours.
y'all.
Yes.
3 days. Mm-hmm. Not 4. Definitely not 5.
It's 3.
But 3.
Mm-hmm. You have 3 days. Ooh, you have 3 days, 72 hours to get on PEP. And then, let's talk about our groups.
Okay. That was a nice note, friend.
It was. Wasn't it? I hit it.
Okay, so we have our dance class on Tuesdays from 6:30 to 8.
Who be teaching that?
It be me.
Oh, I do.
And, our class just got a little feature by a little celebrity or whatever.
Yes.
She commented.
She did.
So, come on, if you want to have fun, if you want to work out a little bit, if you want to learn how to dance, if you already know how to dance and you want to just catch a step for the free. Okay, because these dance classes is expensive.
They are, for no reason.
So yeah, come on out. Tuesdays, 6:30 to 8. And then we also have our
BQT, Black Queer Talk. BQT, Black Queer Talks on Thursdays. We talk about sex, love, and relationships and everything in between. Recently, we talked about, we had a sex ed Olympics, and it was so much fun. Like, I enjoyed it because I planned it, and I came up with the idea in the shower, and it was beautiful. But some people enjoyed it, and they was like, oh, this was fun.
So what was a part of the sex ed Olympics?
So we talked about, how to douche properly.
Okay.
We talked about the things you should eat to have healthy juices, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
And, all of that good stuff in between, all of that.
Did we talk about like we talked about the sex drugs and things like the poppers and things and stuff, and like the side effects and well, we don't really have a lot of long-term effects right now for it because scientists be sleep on the LGBTQ, but it's alright.
That part.
And yeah, how to properly put on a condom and things.
We had a whole race and everything, y'all. It was fun. It was fun. And the prize winners are gonna get their prizes. And we're going to send it to them. It's going to be perfect. But other than that, let's get into today's topic. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We got to inform the people. It's time to inform the people. It's time to inform the people. Y'all, we got 99 problems in dating is number one. Okay? Dating in the Black queer community. Child. You ready?
Yeah, the sea is trash. Okay, we gotta stop polluting it.
But
we're gonna help y'all weed through some of the trash.
Yeah, so grab your pen. Please grab a pen, grab your iPad, do whatever you need to do because we about to really get into it. We're gonna give you some notes. If you just bring it into the dating community and you just like, I need to know what's going on. Like, how do I maneuver? How do I get into this? Like, what's going on? We are here for you.
Yes.
Okay. And that's that. But yeah, you want to start?
Yeah. So what are the levels of dating, would you say? Like, there's levels to this, obviously,
levels to the ish.
But like, what are some of the levels? Like, I know we have the talking stage. But what else?
See, for me, I would say talking is so juvenile to me. I hate the word talking. I'd be like, talking? What y'all in middle school? Like, I'd be like, talking? We ain't talking. Talking about what? But my thing is, I feel like it starts at, there's an interest. And after the interest, there's a dating. And when you are dating, that means like you're dating this one person, but you could also be dating whoever you want to be. Okay, you could be dating multiple people, but you're dating. That's, I feel like, the more adult and mature term. And then when you find this one person where it's like, no, I'm sticking to you. Like, I feel like we about to go somewhere. That's when you date exclusively.
Okay. Yes. So we just moved up a tier now.
Exactly. So you start off like there's interest. Then it's like, I'm just dating. Like, you're just one on my roster. Like what Jasmine Sullivan say. Okay. You're just one on my roster.
Okay. So said, don't catch feelings.
I'm dating. Don't catch feelings. Okay. One on my roster, then it's like, no, I'm focusing on you. We're dating exclusively. Then after dating exclusively, then it's like, now we're in a relationship. Like, we are together. Like, it's just us. We have the title. It's like boyfriend. That's it. Like, boom, done. That's how I see it. I currently am in a situation, the tier of dating exclusively, where it's like focus on one person, but we are not in a relationship yet. So I call it a situationship because it kind of is in that gray area, but at the same time, when people ask to elaborate, dating exclusively. What's your situation?
You almost there, friend, I guess, huh?
I am, huh?
It sounded like it was like 4 tiers. So you're on tier 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at you. Where you gonna try? When you gonna get to like is there like a 3.5?
I don't know. I hope not. Ain't nobody got time for that. What she say? Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay. But I think there's definitely like a talking stage because honestly, I don't be dating everybody. Like if my intentions are to, what do you call it for him? The yeah.
Yeah, with the yeah.
If that's my intentions originally, then we start there. I like the talking stage first before dating because like when you initially meet somebody out or like on an app or like any other place, like, or if you go to school, like at school, at least school is a little better judgment because you kind of see them on a regular kind of basis. But for those other situations, like you don't really know them like that. So I like to have the talking stage first because maybe I don't like you like that. Like I thought I did. Maybe it was just like aesthetically pleasing to me. But once I got to that brain, it wasn't much going on up there. So I had to make a decision of whether you was gonna go in the yeah pile or if you was gonna go and move up the tier to now dating because I got 5 tiers, I guess.
Okay. Come on.
But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much mine. I mean, I'm already there. I
you
didn't
in the relationship.
I went through all of that.
Yes, you went through all the tiers. You
Child,
are there. You at the top.
It was kind of expedited, but yeah.
Okay, then what is the proper like time frame? Do you feel like
Child,
for someone to get to the top of the tier?
I would like 3 months, 3 to 6 months. But ultimately, if you know, you know.
Yeah, that's facts. That's
Yeah.
facts.
So I mean, even with my relationship now, I think we were like dating a month or a month and a half, like that, before we made it official or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
You definitely know when you know, because I feel like you could date for like 1 month and a half, like you just said, like, and just be like, yeah, this is it. Some people date for like 3 weeks and be like, no, this is the person. And the thing is, with us gays, a year is like 5 years for us. So think about a month. A month is dang near like 6 months already, because like we are hard individuals to commit with. I don't know why it's like that in the community.
I mean, as overall, the generation that we're in right now, the attention spans are very short.
This is true.
Thanks, social media and internet.
That's true.
And so with everything being so like fast track and high in demand, it's kind of just like, you know, a lot of the girls feel pressure to, and I use girls as a general blanket term. It's unisex for me. I'm sorry. I will correct me if I don't use your proper pronouns in the real life. Okay. But for the sake of the show, okay. The girls sometimes feel pressure to, you know, do the most, or, you know, try to keep somebody's attention, because people's attention spans are short. You know, sometimes all people want is sex. That's a whole nother topic that we'll get into a little later. Yes. So it's a plethora of things.
So where can people find like their fellow Black, you know, queer men? Like, what apps do you think?
I mean, personally, for me, I started with Tinder. I started with like a training wheels app, you know.
Is that where you met your partner?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
That's
where I met mine.
Tinder?
Shout out to Tinder. Yeah, shout out to Tinder. I originally went on there for friends. I actually did. They have a friend portion, like a friend like section where you strictly look for friends. And we just like clicked as friends. And then we didn't realize, like we was talking about the other day, like we didn't realize like we never really wanted to be in a relationship with each other. It was just like, it just kind of went that direction. But I say Tinder is a good one if you are looking for something serious. Hinge is sometimes, you know, for the serious, but some people be trying to hook up. Everybody know if you're looking for us, Jacked is the best place. A lot of people.
That's what I was gonna say, because I started with Tinder and then I was like, you know what, this is a little dry, this is a little vanilla, it's a little lusty, dusty, crusty. Yeah. So I'm gonna just go head on over to the other app, and I was a little hesitant just because, you know, like for those who don't know, Jacked is basically a hookup app. It says a dating app for gay men, but it's like, I mean, it could, but like a lot of the people, the squirrels, there we go. A lot of the squirrels go on there and be like, oh, I'm looking to seriously date. And all the other squirrels will be like, well, girl, you in the wrong place. You are in the wrong place if you are looking for a date or a husband. Okay.
Well, I would say definitely not Grindr. It's not really us like that.
It's brown.
Yeah.
But it's not Black.
Exactly. I would definitely say Jacked is for us. My last relationship started from Jacked. So look, these apps be helping sometimes.
All right, would you say you're a serial app dater?
I'm not, though. I'm not. Like, I met him when I was 19 on Jacked, and then we were together for 4 years. So shout out to Jacked for that 4-year relationship. And I deeply love that person. But now Tinder has me in love with another person. So
you know.
So these apps actually help you find love. Exactly. It helps. So I would always say Jacked, Hinge. Hinge has brought me a lot of great friendships. Like that's where I met someone from BQT. And we are great friends, and that's my home squirrel. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, because you know she alluded to something, but she didn't really say nothing.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna throw nobody's name out there.
I mean,
I'll tell you off camera.
No, I know who it is.
Right. But yeah, that's my home squirrel. And yeah, so Hinge, definitely Tinder, and definitely Jacked. But like, if you're not looking to be serious, and you just want to, you know, hook up. I say go to either Jacked or go to Adam for Adam. Adam for Adam has a lot of Black men on there.
Really?
Fine Black men.
I've never heard that. I've never heard anybody say that.
Mm-hmm. Wow. It depends on where you are in Los Angeles. chance. Okay.
Oh,
if you in the right location.
So it's like it's location based.
It is.
Well, I mean, they all
just
are.
like Jack. I'm gonna say they're all based on that. But yeah, if you're in the right location and you see the right people, then yeah, boom. But if you're looking to hook up, you can go to any app for that. Honestly, it just all depends on what you want. But if you actually look for something serious, I say take a gander at least Hinge, Tinder, and then potentially Jack. Because Jack, sometimes they be playing.
Okay, but what about the people who are like, I'm old school. I just want to like meet somebody in person. Like where can they go in the Los Angeles area? Okay, because this is where we are and this is what we're giving.
We in LA. Okay. Mm-hmm. Come on, can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that it?
You did it.
Or is it backwards?
It's backwards because we on camera. Yeah, get it together.
Oh,
bam.
Oh,
there
bam,
it
bam.
is.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Ooh. But yeah, that's what it is. We here. So I would say that used to be me. Like that was me. Like I would always be like, I don't want none of these apps. Like right now, I don't have any apps. Even before I started dating the person I was with on Tinder, talking to, I deleted all the apps. Like once I met him as a friend, I'm deleting these apps. Like I don't need no more friends. I don't need to be talking to nobody. Like I was chilling and I haven't been on them since. And that was like a year and a half ago. But that was only Tinder. I deleted Jack and all the other ones a long time ago, child, because I was like, I'm not for the ish. I've been celibate for almost 2 years, so they non-existent to me. But I feel like if you want to do that, go to local places that you know that we will be at. Like go to
like where you gotta tell the squirrels.
I really don't want to promote West Hollywood here in Los Angeles.
That's where we be though.
But that's where we be. Like that's where we kind of be. Like Sunday nights and Friday nights. Okay.
Give a Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Yes. If you really want to meet somebody, Friday night. I don't want to say certain places. Just go to West Hollywood on Friday.
Tuesday,
night.
Yeah, because we know they don't pay us to promote them. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Mm-hmm. So Friday night, go around the area, scope it out.
Even sometimes a Tuesday, because Taco Tuesday.
That's true as well.
We get you a little margarita, and a little taco, a little nacho.
Them a little spicy.
Oh, can't keep that tongue in your mouth.
But yes, on Sunday is also a great day as well. So I would say Friday and Sunday, and then Dwayne said, Tuesday. So Tuesday, Friday, Sunday.
Okay, but
if you want to find us.
But Ryan, you said something that was really interesting to me.
What did I say, Fran?
You had said that you were celibate for 2 years, but you was dating that boy. So it's like. How are you like? Do you feel like one can explore their sexuality while dating without being like super sexual?
They can, and I have.
Tell us about that because I was a hoe.
I cannot. Being celibate, you make like I've said this on previous shows. If y'all watch us enough, but being celibate, you make your own rules and boundaries, and I've made with my partner. Like I told them, like
you're what?
Partner. I cannot.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, child. Anyways, so
we're gonna talk about that on live, y'all, because she be going back and forth.
I really don't. I'm single, but I'm obviously dating exclusively, so that person is my partner right now. But anyways, don't got me moving the bushes. She's shaking the bushes. But anyways, you make your rules and boundaries, and I told them that I only have outer sex, not intersex. So outer sex contains, the frottage, the kissing, the cuddling, all the like outer
the
things.
The intimate shit.
Yes.
Stuff.
The intersex stuff is like, penetration and oral and all that other stuff. But you still make your own discretion because sometimes I do a little oral here and there. Depends. But I feel like we explore each other's bodies and, we do what we do to satisfy each other intimately. Without having to be, penetrative, and I enjoy that.
So what is like what all the things that you say like frottage and things?
We don't do that actually.
Y'all don't do that. Y'all don't be doing frottage.
We don't. We don't. I mean, we have our little, intimate,
So what y'all be doing?
What's the name say last week? Wags. If y'all watch our last episode, Wags was like breath play. We do a lot of breath play. I do love breath play. Breath play is nice. We do a lot of breath play, and like a little, close. Intimate and ribs, and stuff.
Oh, he be massaging and stuff.
I be massaging him.
Are you be?
So I cannot.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just ways of being intimate and not having to be fully sexual. And it's like we're dating. We don't have to be like all on that. But when you got a high libido, like your boy
or me,
exactly. It's kind of difficult sometimes, and I understand you as well.
It all depends.
Hopefully,
on who it is.
You can get what you want from who you want.
Okay,
but if not,
look, say it again.
You can get what you want from who you want.
All right,
okay. Hopefully,
one day.
But look, sometimes
it don't always work out that way.
Everybody's not on your time. Everybody's on your type of time.
They're not on your type of time. Your type of libido.
Hey. And it happens. It's natural. But don't be forcing people and pushing people to be like, okay, you need to be giving me.
I'm a pusher because first of all, I'm
a pusher, Katie. I'm a pusher.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you know first and foremost. If you are not meeting my needs, it's a problem.
Is it?
It is because ultimately I am responsible for myself and my needs. Just because you walked into this life doesn't mean that you are now responsible. I mean, as a potential partner, like, yes, I would hope that you would fulfill like XYZ. But also, again, like if that's not where you are at in life, or if that is not what you want to do, then that's fine. But also, one, communicate that, and two, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
let's have a conversation.
Honestly,
because I'm very curious, George, about everything. I want to know why, when, how. Did it stem from something? Like,
yeah.
Because I need to understand why you don't want to, you don't want to lick me up and down until I say stop. I don't get it.
But it has to be, like you said, it has to be a conversation. And once you have that conversation, then hopefully things change. If they do not, then I don't know what to tell you. Leave. Bye. That's just that. But let's talk about dating versus hooking up, because I feel like there's so many, like, so much confusion between the two. People think like, oh, when you're dating, like, we can have sex. Like, we talked about.
I have a friend who definitely confuses hooking up and dating.
You're like, let's talk about it. Get into it, yeah. Come on, Doja.
I mean, she's much better with it now, but like my homegirl, she used to be wanting to like hang out with these dudes and like wanting to really like get to know them and things, but be false advertising like hookup culture. Like initially it would be like, all the nasty, dirty, raunchy, like hot, ooh, I wanna yeah, you. And then like when she would get there, she'd be like, yeah, so no, by the end of the conversation, it'll be like, yeah, so what are we doing for our date? And it'd be like, like what? Like how you're skipping steps. You're skipping steps, baby. You're skipping steps. Like, and I think that's a good segue into that. It's just like, I guess dating, if you want to date, I don't feel like it's necessarily you don't need to really like talk about sex like right off the rip. I mean, that's what the first date is for,
right?
Like to converse, to get to know one another, to ask the favorite color, because people love asking your favorite color and your sign.
21 questions. That's how you start.
Right, exactly. Versus like hooking up, you can kind of get straight to the point, like, what's up? Like, oh, you look good. Oh, for real? Thank you. What's going on? Woo. Okay, what you doing tonight? Like,
right. And make sure you let people know prior, like, what you are looking for. That's what a lot of people like, what you're looking for, like, especially when you get on these apps. But it's just like, typically, if they say what they want, that's what they want. But a lot of times you'd be surprised. You could have sex with somebody and honestly it could form a relationship.
They could. No, they could. It could really like formulate and open up into something more. Like I've definitely had a couple of hookups where they was like, I really liked you and you just didn't take me seriously. I'm like, hell no, I didn't take you seriously. Like, look how we started. What was I supposed to take seriously from that? Depends, on top of the fact that like people be, hooking up / dating other people in the process.
That's true.
So it's like, yeah, you could tell me that, you really like me and all that, but what does that mean when you are probably telling that to John, Devontae, and, Diego?
That was 3 different, like, races, I feel like.
It was.
The way
intentionally.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, okay. My whole thing is just like, if you're hooking up with somebody, and it's hooking up, it's like, okay, we're just gonna have sex. Like, that's it. Like, you can leave your emotions out of it. Like, I tend to do that. Like, I'm like, I can have sex with somebody at least twice if it's good and not catch feelings. After the third or so time, I'm gonna start catching feelings. And then I'm gonna feel like I want to date this person. Like, I want to, not date, but like, I want to get to know you. And I mean, that's my issue.
So that's the thing though. Like, you don't feel like you can get to know somebody without wanting to date them?
You can, but when I'm getting, like, I'm a demisexual, like, I'm forming emotional attachments before I'm having these sexual encounters. So I cannot have sex with you until I form an emotional attachment. And for those who are like me, who need to form an emotional attachment first, you tend to like want to get to know a person and connect and be vulnerable with them before you give them your body. And I understand that because that's intertwining. That's like souls attaching. And if you're spiritual like myself, you don't want to be doing that with everybody. So you want somebody to open up to you. You want somebody to give you their heart for a second and be like, I'll give you my heart. You give me your heart. Let's see, just open up a little bit. And then I'm going to give you like more. Because what makes me like, I guess, quote unquote, horny is when somebody is being vulnerable with me. Like, it ain't none of that sexual shit. Sexual shit can be like, of course, it gets you aroused. But what actually gets me going is when someone is vulnerable with me. Like, I've had previously, full disclosure moment, my ex-partner, they told me their status right before we had sex for the first time. They told me. And I was just like, okay.
How was that?
It was fine. Because originally they told me something else, and it happens. People are lying about their statuses, which is a really problem that we can talk about for another day.
I wouldn't necessarily say lie.
No, what he did was lie.
Oh, well, okay.
So it's different.
Okay.
Some people don't lie, they just don't disclose.
Yeah. Or not even not disclose, just don't say
anything.
Okay, so it's like you versus you is undetectable means untransmittable.
Yes.
So basically what that means is that a HIV positive person has such a low viral load that they are no longer able to transmit the virus. Right. So with that being said, a lot of people equate that to being negative. So some of the squirrels will just say like, oh, I'm negative, because technically they are, even though they're not on paper.
Right.
But still.
Yes.
So that's what I meant by like, they don't necessarily lie, but it's not 100% honest either.
Right. With my situation, he originally told me that he was negative, and he was like, I don't have that. Like, and I was like, okay, cool. And then a month later told me, I have to tell you something. I am positive. And yeah. And I'm sorry I lied. I really like you, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, it's okay. Thank you for disclosing. Let's have sex. That's what it was giving. It's the vulnerability for me. It's the fact that you felt comfortable to share that with me that made me feel connected to you. And things like that, if you're like me,
oh, that's so cute.
Like that's how I am. So, the demisexuals out there, y'all understand. My girls who understand.
Okay, look, because that's why we are co-hosts, okay? Because you have that side, and then you have this side over here that is skeptical of everybody. So
I feel that.
Prove it. That's my motto. Prove it.
Everybody's different. They portray certain things. Let's talk about how, like, do we have a certain like representation in this,
as far as like, an example of what a black queer male relationship is supposed to be?
Yeah, honestly.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
I mean, because yes, we have like black queer men in the like celebrities and social media and things like that. Like we definitely see them.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't, I feel like we don't necessarily get the whole situation from social media and the paparazzi and the blogs. Okay.
That's true.
They don't really talk to us about their like issues as far as like what problems they've had to work through or have already worked through.
Some of them do though.
Some of them do. A lot of them do not. And then also I think it's just a matter of like, what works for some may not work for all either. So
that's true.
That's another thing.
That is true.
What about you? Do you feel like we're represented?
I feel like we are represented, but I feel like we are set to have these standards for ourselves to be always beautiful and always like this. We don't have the couples who just like be looking real, bohemian vibes or just chilling or just, on a different vibe than I'm a model. I'm sexy. I dress like this. I do this. I do that. Like, or like just the variations of couples. And with that being said, can we bring in the pictures, Kwame? Please bring in the picture. Let's talk about it. Now, let's get started. First off, I want to talk about my lovely, lovely Jason Bolden and Adair Curtis.
I love them.
They are well known.
And their little daughter.
Yes, okay. One is a stylist and the other works on houses. Mm-hmm. He does, what is it called?
Interior design.
There we go. Mm-hmm. And they've been together for a while, actually.
It's funny. Adair is my favorite, but I definitely see myself being more like Jason.
I'm screaming. But yes, I love them. I feel like they're a good representation. I feel like I love the fact that, Jason's a little more on the feminine side with his feminine energy, and Adair's more on the masculine side. I feel like we have that representation, which is good because that is sometimes the dynamic is, but we still don't like when y'all be like, who's the girl, who's the boy? We're both men.
But even
just possesses more feminine energy.
I know, but even with Jason being more feminine, I feel like he's the powerhouse. Like,
he is, because he's like, I want this, I want that. No, it's not gonna happen.
Right. And then was like, can we
Mm-hmm.
You know how long he was asking for his daughter before they just got that baby?
This is true.
Child.
And it can be like that sometimes. And I get it.
And it could, because you have to converse, like we said earlier, you can't force your partner to
you can't.
And
I love that dynamic. It's beautiful.
Look at the body language.
Period.
Okay, look, he like grab my leg.
They in love. But let's get to the next one. I love it. I love black love. Let's talk about Rakis, Bowen, and Ahmad Kanu. Okay, I love them so much. They are goals. They are goals. They are probably closest in our age, so that's why I love them so much. They are literally on my vision board. I'm not gonna even play. But these are all couples in LA, by the way. But they are currently on YouTube, as well as Jason and Adair have a show on Netflix. But they are on YouTube.
On Netflix?
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
Styling Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. I thought
because they be styling Hollywood.
It's on Netflix?
It is. It's on Netflix.
I thought it was on one of those like home channels.
No, it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
It's on Netflix. But yeah, they have a YouTube and they are currently models. They model together and they are everywhere, child. They literally met on Tinder as well, which is also beautiful. They met on Tinder and they
Is that what inspired you to go on Tinder?
No, not at all, because I didn't know about it until after the fact. But they met on Tinder and they were spokespeople for Jack as well, because they use Jack together as well. So they are definitely, I feel like, goals. I love the fact that they literally have the same birthday, by the way. Like born on the same day, same year, all of that, which is really weird. They're both Leos, and I just feel like they're very, into themselves, but into each other, which is so cute.
Interesting.
I love that. I love the young Black gay love. I love Black love in general. It's just beautiful. You want to talk about this dynamic that you were talking about as far as skin complexion?
I mean, there's more examples, so we could wait.
Okay, we can get into it. Let's get to the next one, please. Let's talk about Zed and Ray. Now, if y'all don't know Zed and Ray, where are you living?
And we don't.
Like, if y'all not, you're living under a rock, baby. You're living under a rock at this point.
Under a rock? I know I'm minding my business and drinking my water.
Well,
I don't have to keep up with the girls.
Well, look, I'm a nosy girl. And I love gay shit. So I'm always on the gay shit. Anyways, these are a well-known couple. This is a well-known couple in LA. They are seen everywhere. They have an OnlyFans too that they recently made, and it's beautiful. Oh my gosh!
Are you subscribed?
But I'm not. But I've seen it on Twitter. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they originally met on Grindr. So they originally met.
Are they Black?
On Grindr? He is half Black and half Hispanic, and then he is Black. Yes. So yes, I love them. I love the relationship. I love their dynamic because they represent like both masculine energy, like, and I love that. Like, there's a variation of Black queer love, and that's what people gotta see. Like, there can be two masks, there could be two femmes, there could be femme and mask. It doesn't matter. It's all in your energy and how you feel. And obviously, they both like verse for each other. Like, so it happens. It's beautiful.
Even in that, like, I kind of just want to throw the whole like mask femme like thing out the window.
I get it,
because like,
I'm for energy though.
No, I mean
it's different for personality.
Energy ebbs and flows.
This is true.
Which means that although they present masculine most of the time to social media, chances are if you meet them in the street, there is a 50-50 shot that you're not going to get that. And even if you are getting that, like visually, there's still personality, there's still voice, there's so many different elements to it. So it's just like, they're both masks. Like, that masculine presenting. Sure.
Masculine presenting,
yeah. Like let's go with that, because like everyone has masculine and feminine energy.
Not everyone.
Child.
I don't think everyone does.
That's a lie. That feminine energy may come out as just like passive aggressive anger or just aggressive anger. But that feminine energy is definitely there, and men show it in various forms.
But I'm talking about, it could be the other way around. Like, it could be like the fact that you have feminine energy and you don't have much like masculine energy. That happens for a lot of us as well. A lot of us don't have masculine energy. I feel like I have masculine energy sometimes, but a majority of my energy is feminine, and I can just know that.
I feel like a lot of the femmes got a lot of masculine energy because they're the ones that be scrapping.
I mean, hey, look,
you know. So I just feel like it'd be the femme boys that fight the most.
Look, that's true.
That's just all, and that's all I'm gonna say. And I don't know if that's because, and I don't know if that's because they have to, or because
that's probably it.
You know, like a Napoleon complex, but for femmes.
Yeah, it's usually probably that because a lot of people feel like feminine men are more inferior, and that's the problem with society. But we'll get into that another day. But I do like their dynamic. I do love all of these couples' dynamics, and I feel like they give some type of representation for Black queer / gay love. And
I feel like that's a fantasy.
That is a fantasy, but it's more so that's a possibility because there are actual like masculine presenting men who are with other masculine presenting men. And then as far as like Jason and Adair, there are feminine energy men or presenting men who are with those who are like, you know, more chill and that vibe. And then Rakis and Ahmad, they are both the same. Like I feel like they're both mid in between. Like, can we go back to Rakis and Ahmad, please? The chocolate and the light skin. Yes, I love them. They are literally the same. They have the same energy. They meet each other like eye to eye. And that's what I'm saying. Like we have the Jason and Adair, who are the feminine and the masculine. Then we have them two who are like middle ground. And then we have Zed and Ray who are like both mass. And that's what I love. Like we have all the representation of the variations that you can have within dating. So I love that. But without further ado, we're going to get into commercial. We'll be right back getting into this dating. Okay, y'all?
Are you in need of a quick and easy way to know your HIV status? Swab and Chill is a discreet way to learn your status in the comfort of your own home. The process gives you results in 20 minutes. Swab the upper gums, swab the lower gums, and voila! Simply follow the colorful step-by-step instructions located inside the kit. Or call APLA and we can assist you virtually. In addition, all kits include condoms and lube for that penetrative fun. For our trans clients, we have Swab and Chill Plus, a customizable kit for trans-specific needs. And we haven't forgotten about COVID either. All kits include personal protection gear, like face masks, comfortable yet stylish. A personal touch tool for dealing with those germ-infested handles and ATM keypads. Wet wipes for those little messes that need cleaning up. Also, keep that summer body protected with Swab and Chill sunscreen. And don't forget about our fanny packs for those quick trips to the store. All this can be yours. Simply call Swab and Chill at 323-329-9713 or email us at swabandchill@apla.org. We would love for you to be part of our Swab and Chill family.
Come swab and chill with us!
Doom, doom.
And we are back.
Yes, we are back. We are back in the
Yes. If you are just tuning in, or you just like to skip to the halfway point, like some of us, like me, it's me. We are talking about 99 problems, and dating is numero uno. Okay. Ooh, you like my little Spanglish? It was a little choppy, but we did that. So before we went to cut to commercial, we were talking about the different representations of Black queer love, specifically Black queer male love.
Yes. All of the above that you're watching.
There was definitely something in there that it just rubs me the wrong way. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like they're all like either light skinned or like there's only one chocolate partner or caramel, like, or both are caramel. Okay. You know, I have yet to see like a duo like dark skin or just like chocolate couple. Public. Like public or in the limelight, you know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen anybody that like looks like us in like in a like celebrated relationship.
That's true. I agree. Because even the one from Generation, if you watch Generation, he was with a guy who was from another show, and they broke up, but they were both light skinned and they were in the public eye. Even Lil Nas with his videos, of course, Lil Nas is dark skinned, but he chose this French light skinned man to be his counterpart in his French videos. Yes, it's actually French. You gotta speak.
I mean, I know the girl. Like, I just like I couldn't make that out that accent. It's just thick.
But yeah, I feel like we don't. I agree. I don't think we do, but they're still Black. Let's not forget our light-skinned peoples. It's still Black.
I mean, yeah, but you know what I'm
get what you're saying.
Like, it's the proximity to whiteness. It's the denouncing of your Blackness. It's the self-hate. It's a lot of things.
The chocolate. You don't want to swallow chocolate. I get it.
Yeah, like I want to see some chocolate on chocolate love, like, you know, because we need the representation too, and it's definitely out here. Like me and my partner are definitely like chocolate, and he's like extra rich chocolate. Okay,
and mine is much darker than me. So, and I'm already chocolate.
Look,
we love it.
I thought they was the same color until they sat next to each other, and I was like, oh
no, mine is darker than yours.
He is. I'm about to say
I cannot. But not us double dating. Oh my god, y'all, we just double dating. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. I feel like when we see representation, it's always either they're with a white person or they're with a lighter person who happens to be Black, or a mixed person who is also Black, obviously, but they have, you know, the half and half mixed, you know, situation going on. And I think that comes with a part of heteronormativity, in my opinion. I think that comes with, you know, I want to have, you know, these certain type of babies. I want to look a certain way publicly. I want people to think like, you know, we're beautiful together, and I'm not with like a dark person, or the connotations that come with being with a darker person, being like, oh, they're ugly, or they're burnt, or there's all the things that we've heard growing up, the ill things that no one wants to hear. And it's just like, okay, well, if you can't accept me and all my chocolateness, then you don't need to be with me in this period.
Exactly.
That's just that.
That's just that on that.
Okay.
But getting back to the whole dating thing,
yes.
Outside of representation, what are some boundaries that you would give to somebody going on their first date?
Yes, listen up, y'all. We is talking about boundaries. Ooh, is we clear? Is we getting there?
What are some do's and don'ts?
Do's and don'ts. I would start with do not ask too much of personal questions. Like, do not think too deep into the future until you know where that person is meeting you. You okay? Okay. But you know where that person is meeting you. So don't go on the first date being like, you know, I see us getting married. Like, you trying to get married? You trying to have kids? Like, yeah, you can ask them, are they interested in having kids or getting like married one day? But don't try to direct it to yourself, because then it's kind of being like, oh, you trying to move too fast. Don't be like, you know, too pushy. Like, let it flow naturally. Let the conversation flow naturally. And if the conversation does not flow naturally, most likely it's not gonna work, because if y'all can't talk to each other in like a chill way, or just like let it go, like let it flow, let it go, let it flow, let it go, let it flow. He got bored. But yes, if you can't let it go and let it flow, then it's not gonna work. It's really not gonna work. You have to really like be like, I can sit and talk to this person.
You know, and I would say definitely don't bring up your ex.
Oh, don't do that.
Don't do that.
And don't be on no sexual shit. You know, don't be on that.
Not on a date.
Unless they are like,
not on like,
what's up?
Yeah, like not on no super sexual stuff. Like, you can allude to things, because alluding to things, you know, it's nice. You know, it's all in how you do certain things, I'll say that, at least for me, it's not always about like what you do. Like, yeah, we can talk about sex, but don't like do it like how they did it in the old school music. Like, you know, use some metaphors, use some analogies, you know, like get creative with it. Don't just be like, how big is your dick?
Oh yeah.
Like, don't do that.
Especially, if it's not giving that conversation, like, and you just jump into that, unless they're giving you that, like, don't do that. Don't try to change the situation until the situation is already changed. Essentially.
How important do you think confidence is in?
Like, very important. I feel like that's very important. Make sure you have confidence, and if you don't, figure out what you need to do for yourself to build that confidence. Whether that is like speaking to yourself in the mirror, giving yourself affirmations, being like, you got this. Because that can give a lot of people anxiety. First dates are really like, it builds your anxiety.
Especially if you feel like the person is like out of your, I was going to say out of your league, but I wasn't going to say that because at the same token, like I ain't never felt like somebody was out of my league. Like, but especially if you feel like somebody's out of your league, or like maybe they are a higher status, or they make more money than you, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe they got a car, you ain't got a car, you just got here. Like,
right.
You know, that should not matter. They picked you for a reason, and you picked them. So get to know them, because you never know. Like, they might not even like, you know, owning their 5-6 businesses like that, you know, or maybe they don't. Or maybe they don't. Okay.
That part.
Because people see you, we see what people want us to see on Beyonce's internet.
Okay. And all glitter and gold. And don't self-sabotage. Do not self-sabotage. I think a lot of us do that, where we like, okay, even if somebody's like a little more than we would expect, like, oh, they are fine. Like, oh, why they want me? Like, don't get in your head. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself, because then you're going to psych yourself out. And when you get there, it's going to be like, they have alternative motives, and it's going to be bad, and they're going to really like do this and do that and do that. And we've had bad situations where it's like, you know, things happen. But you gotta not compare everybody to the people that you dealt with in the past. And that's number one. Okay?
Yes. Do not compare.
Not everybody is the same. Even with the zodiac sign thing. Like, just because that Scorpio broke your heart 3 years ago, don't mean this new Scorpio about to break your heart this time. Okay. No, it's just threw out there. Because I know so many Scorpios, so I'm just like, it's so many connotations of Scorpios and Gemini. Just because that Gemini broke your heart 3 years ago does not mean that Gemini's gonna break your heart this time.
Gemini is crazy.
Stop. I don't believe in crazy, but you know, I don't believe in that word. I say, you know, mentally ill, mentally insane, you know, psychology degree, we can't use that word. But I will say, if you feel like it's not working, or there's some type of disconnect in the day, just say like, you know, I'm not interested. And that can happen. Like, that can happen. It's okay. It's no problem in telling someone, you know, I feel like this could be just a good friendship. And I've had that experience before. I've been on a date and I'm just like, I don't feel it.
So let's recap real quick. So we said, don't talk about your ex.
Don't talk about your ex.
Don't get into like, don't bring the heavy conversation initially, i.e. like marriage or kids, or, you know.
At least not directed to yourself.
Nothing super sexual. No. Be open and honest with everyone as far as like, you know,
what you're looking for.
Yeah, what you're looking for, but also like how you're feeling about them in the date in that moment, and if you want to continue.
Yes, do not lead them on to think like, oh, we're gonna have a second date, because if they're in it and you're not, then it's like, or vice versa. Like, it has to be communication. Communication is important in a relationship in general.
Very important.
But even at a date, like, communicate. Like, I'm not feeling this. I've literally walked out of a date before.
And that's okay too. Don't be afraid to like walk out on a date. Like, I mean, obviously if you're their ride, like,
that's kind of messed up.
Kind of figure that out. Maybe tell them at the end.
Yeah.
But if they're already like not necessarily treating you right, I mean, by all means, like, feel free to leave them.
Right, exactly. Be open to mutual conversation. Again, communication. Do not talk too much about yourself. I hate people that do that. Like, they be like, oh, well, I have this, I do this, I do that, and then I kind of and it's just like people keep talking. So
how much is too much to talk about yourself? Because that's the point of the date that we said, is like to get to know one another.
Yes,
so how much is too much like of a share?
I feel like there should be a mutual conversation. It shouldn't be like a direct, like, I'm telling you all about me, you just listening. Like, that's annoying, because then it's like, what do you want to know about me? Like, you know? So I say a good balance. I feel like you just feel it when you feel it. A good balance of questions, a good balance of response and give, like a give and pull situation. Like, and you'll know like, okay, got it. they're saying this question, I'm gonna answer this. Now you answer this question. Like, play like 21 questions like we used to do back in the day, but make sure that you are getting the responses to the questions that you are answering and vice versa. Because if not, then you're just talking at someone and not really talking with someone. And that's a huge difference.
Okay, period, though. So before we even get past the whole leaving the restaurante or whatever, do you feel like there are roles in gay dating?
People say there are roles, but like, I don't think so.
And if yes, like what?
I don't think so. Oh, our light bill is never paid, yo.
Never.
Oh my God. Good job.
Okay, like, girl.
Child, it's okay though, because we always lit. Oh, here we go. We back.
Okay.
We pay it like that. Ooh, we back. We pay it like that. Ooh, he be having boards. But yeah, like I was saying.
Sign her today.
Like I was saying, young Miami hoe. Okay. But yeah, so I feel like we go with the roles of like again, more feminine presenting one is like the girl, like the heteros like to believe, and the more masculine presenting one is the guy. So the guy has to pay, and it's like that's not always the case. Because child, I'm the more feminine presenting between me and my significant other, and I mean we go back and forth kind of, but I'm more. I feel like, and with that, child, I be paying a lot. I be like, treat my man.
I would just put this like this. Like I would say, since I've met him, you are definitely the more femme presenting.
Yes, exactly.
And he's definitely more masculine presenting.
Correct.
I mean, definitely his aura definitely gives Mass very like not emoting a lot. And that I don't know why emotions are directly correlated to like femininity. Yes, thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, but hey, whatever. If you want to be a robot, that's fine.
I cannot. No, he's definitely.
I wasn't talking about
him. Yeah, but yeah, he's definitely like in tune with his feminine side as well. Like the way he personality and the way he dresses and just
but not everybody gets that.
Exactly. Right. But between us, it's definitely me. And sometimes I just like, I be treating him. He treats me sometimes too. Okay, child, he bought me a cute little purse. And, the tell Feezy I showed you a couple weeks ago, he bought me that. But yeah, it's a give and pull. It's a give and pull. But I have no problem being the person.
Oh, no, for me, it's like if you ask me out on a date, you better pay. And vice versa. If I ask you out, I better pay.
But if you have a partner,
I better pay. I better plan it. No, even before.
Oh, okay.
Even before. If I'm asking you out, unless I say otherwise, I am paying, I'm picking you up, I am picking like the place, we are like, it's a date. It's not what we doing? Like, girl.
So what do y'all do now? What do you and your partner do now? As far as paying and everything.
I mean, we spoil each other, so it's just like
exactly.
It
flows naturally,
right? Like whatever happens, what happens. Like look, we got it, so it's fine.
Typically, me and mine, like he'll give me something, I'll give him something. Like we do a give and pull situation, but when we're going out on dates, like we have date nights.
But I will say,
okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I will say that like it wasn't always like this. Like I had to kind of, not like ease him into like what my standard of dating and gift giving is.
Gotcha.
Because my partner is frugal as hell.
Okay, that happens. Some of them like that. And as long as
I like that he like saving money, but I like that you like to stack. I like that you have it. I like that you're I mean, he wasn't the best money manager. I definitely slid him some tips on that too. Right. But
that helps.
I like all of that. But don't be cheap with me.
Communication.
Don't be cheap with me because that's the quickest way to get left.
I cannot. Communication is key, especially about funds sometimes, especially when you're trying to be with somebody. But my whole thing is when you know someone's love languages, you got to know the other person's love languages and know your own love languages so that you know how you want to be treated and you want to be
my
like.
love language has nothing to do with money.
It does, because like, what is it called? Acts of service or gifts exchange.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like as far as like the level of that's not really too high on there.
Well, some people are. That's what we're here for.
Oh, okay.
Some people might be like, I just want gifts. Like, give me gifts and I feel loved. Like, so for those who are like that, make sure you know what kind of gifts you want. Make sure you know what you want to give as well, and make sure you know the other person's love languages.
I.e., don't date nobody broke.
Okay, and that's that. Like I said, me and my partner have a give and pull, and when we go out on dates, essentially we always know it's giving Dutch. Like for the most part, it's like I'll pay for me, you pay for you, and sometimes it's like okay, let's split the bill. Like we'll just like split it halfway. Like it's just like boom, split it straight down the middle. Like we 50-50. Like that's what a partnership is, 50-50. So we just like put our cards out. We don't care what the total is. Just we don't split it straight down the middle because we both here together. Like and that's just that, you know. And I love that about us. So
that sounds so nice.
It does on it. But let's talk about how one can explore their type and their sexual positioning in the bedroom with all of this. So
I laugh because that's layered.
It is. But we're gonna make this really quick and simple. When you are in the exchange of having sexual encounters or in the conversation prior when you're dating, sit down with them and really like talk. Because a lot of people in the beginning they be like, "You're top, bottom, verse," and I get that. That is like a part of sexual compatibility.
That's important.
It is. Sexual compatibility is very important. Okay, because that can make or break a relationship.
But also, like, go ahead, finish it because maybe you're gonna get to it.
Make or break a relationship. But if you sit down and talk to your partner or the other person that you're about to deal with, make sure you know like what gets them going, what do they like, what do they not like, and then from there. You guys can decide like how your sex is going to be moving forward. And that's just that. What did you have to say?
I was going to say top, bottom, and verse. That's a very base level question. But I think another question that should be added to it is like dominance versus submissive,ness or switch.
Exactly.
You know,
we talk about that every week
because
it can be either one.
I think people think like we were just talking about, femininity or bottoms or verses is synonymous to like submitting or like you know wanting to be dominated, and that is not always the case. It's know sometimes there's a switch in there, like you know where they're like, okay, I can submit to you, but like when I'm on top, I'm on top. You know, or something like that, or vice versa. Like, is that, for example, for me personally, like I'm a top, but I'm a switch. Like, you know, like I like being dominant and aggressive and like real, like pin you down, like. But you know, I like a little choke every now and again too. I like my back scratched. Like I you know, bite me a little bit. Like you know, like let me know what's up.
Right.
Don't just because laying it.
No, not laying it.
Yeah, that's not it.
It's not. But let's talk about rejection really quick. Child, y'all got to deal with rejection too. This is a part of dating. It's going to happen. Not everyone is going to want you, and how you can deal with it. Move on and not be bitter. Like that's all I can say. Like you have to take it for what it is. That person is not interested in you, whether sexually or romantically. They're not interested. That's okay. Someone out there is going to be interested in you. Trust.
Okay.
Someone's out there for everybody. But this person that you want right now is not interested. Okay. So move on. Don't push too much.
Listen. I always tell myself, my friends, and anybody else, like what someone won't do, the next one will.
That part.
And believe it, because it's so true. Like people, you may not see it right there because you are like, you know, there are some of us that are really like atypical and really like hell-bent on like our plans going the way that we want them to go. And therefore, like all of the focus and the energy is in this one person.
Yeah.
However,
if they're not giving that,
if they not right,
it's a part.
Get out.
It's a part.
Okay, where is the flash photography?
Okay.
Where is the
No.
And that's just that. Like, if it's not given, it's not given. And don't try to force anything. Like, forcing something just makes the situation worse.
Okay, so how do you deal with rejection, Ryan?
I have never honestly been rejected. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
boy,
I haven't.
We've all been rejected.
I have not. At least not romantically. I've been rejected, yes, but not romantically. I'll say that because there's a difference between certain rejections.
Like,
I've been rejected from schools. I've been rejected from, colleges and stuff like that. But she's never been rejected from like an actual person. Like everyone that I've had some type of interest in has had interest in me as well. And that's what I like. And that's what like makes me like, okay, I'm confirmed.
Well, maybe that makes sense because your femininity aligns with your verseness.
It does. And
so that's probably why.
Yes. And my feminine energy is always attracting more masculine energy. And I always pull those masculine energy people in. I just feel like they be stuck. But anyway, that's just how it is. You can deal with it, go through all the motions, all of the jazz. Now, what advice will we give to someone on their first date? I'm gonna let you handle that real quick.
Make sure you have money to pay for yourself, just in case they do not.
They can play you.
Make sure that if you don't have a car, or that you don't, or if you're meeting this person, or if the date is at their house, make sure you have somebody share your location with.
Always.
That you trust, that you know is reliable.
Even if it's just a hookup, make sure your location's on with your friends. I do it with all my friends.
Right. And then I will give one last one so that you have some. Just always like don't be afraid. Like stand in your power. Like you are just as powerful as the person who either asks or is you are on the date with. You know, so that and don't feel obligated to stay
at all. So piggybacking off of that, everything I say to y'all every week, live in your authenticity, okay? If you are not being your authentic self, if you're not being genuine and you are not in your confidence and just like not being who you are, you're trying to present to yourself as another way, like, oh yeah, I got all this money, or yeah, I do this, I do that, like, and you know you broke, you living on a little futon somewhere or something like that. It's like, no.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little futon.
It's nothing wrong with a futon, but like, sweetie, don't be trying to portray it like you live in a mansion and you ain't got your life fully together. And that's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. But live in that. Live in what your actuality is. And that's all I got to say.
And that's another thing too. If you ain't got your life together, don't date.
Okay? And don't expect all of these things from one person that you don't even have for yourself yet.
Woo! That's one. Yeah.
Do not be like, you need to have a car. You need to have this money. You need to do this. Where's your car? Where's your money? Where's all of this? Okay. Make sure you got your ish together before you tell anybody what they need to do.
Don't be asking me for that if you ain't providing.
Okay. At all. Okay. And that's just that. But other than that, you know, you can find me at Healthy Him on Instagram and you at
thenetworks.apla.
Okay, and I hope y'all took some notes today and got some informative, you know, things written down in your noggin, and now you can go out into the world in a push and tell them that Dwayne and Ryan sent you. Your fave duo signing out saying bye.
Bye.